Jill Schlesinger sets the scene in the aftermath of the pandemic, a watershed moment when people everywhere found their work, priorities, and financial assumptions thrown into question. Instead of offering quick-fix schemes, she positions her book as a thoughtful guide for those ready to entirely reimagine their relationship with money and purpose. She introduces the idea of a reset, not in the sense of wiping the slate clean, but as a deliberate, values-driven recalibration of life and finances. Early in the narrative, Schlesinger introduces the concept of the fabulous five: income and assets, debts, housing costs, monthly spending, and financial obligations to others. She tells a story of a couple planning a career shift, who first mapped out these 5 areas before daring to leave secure jobs. It's a powerful reminder: you don't leap blindly, you audit first, with curiosity and honesty about your current standing. But auditing isn't enough. She invites readers to play out scenarios. Best case, worst case, and middle ground, and tells the tale of a teacher who tested whether she could live on 75% of her income. That experiment freed her to take a sabbatical, and ultimately to launch a nonprofit. Simulating multiple scenarios isn't just prudent, it's what gives you permission to dream responsibly. One of the most visceral stories involves a high-earning family drowning in lifestyle inflation. Schlesinger paints their discovery vividly: the moment meal kits versus takeout became the battleground between debt and freedom. They started cooking nightly, re-evaluating recurring subscriptions, and saved enough to fund one parent's time off. It's a humbling but hopeful reminder that financial courage often begins at the checkout counter. Real estate emerges as a recurring character in the reset journey. She shares tales of people selling sprawling family homes not out of fear, but strategic choice. Freeing equity to fund retirements in warmer climates or to downsize intentionally. One narrative highlights a New York couple who sold their pricey co-op, using the proceeds to eliminate debt and rent somewhere more aligned with their goals. It's both emotionally challenging and liberating, and Schlesinger tells it with empathy for the memories left behind. Building on that, she recounts stories of individuals designing entrepreneurial ventures from hobbies, crochet businesses, app development, wellness coaching, while keeping their day jobs. She contrasts the excitement of side projects with the discipline required: small tests, customer validation, slow growth. One scene features a weekend blogger who turned niche travel guides into a modest but growing income stream. The message is clear: dreams need deliberate incubation. Not every reset is upward. Schlesinger doesn't shy away from the painful chapters: family health emergencies, job loss, or divorce. She tells of a widow navigating financial uncertainty, where insurance, wills, and legacy conversations became lifelines, not cold financial tools. Through her voice, money becomes a medium for emotional resilience as much as economic stability. Perhaps most compelling are the tales of tax-informed moves. She tells of a friend who restructured retirement accounts to take advantage of Roth conversions, guided by the predictable dip in income during a career break. Another reader's story brings to life the power of tax planning. Beyond spreadsheets, it became a tool that purchased hours of freedom. Schlesinger also explores education resets, questioning whether an expensive degree is necessary for reinvention. She shares a cautionary story. A mid-career professional who enrolled in a pricey MBA program only to pivot into a sector that valued certifications and experience over pedigree. Instead, targeted online courses and networking proved infinitely more useful, and far kinder to the bank balance. On the subject of selling a business, she recounts a small family outfit that held out for the $1 million valuation, only to find their emotional attachment meant months of stagnation. Selling at a reasonable mark allowed them to fund their next chapter, a simpler life. Their relief became a lesson in opportunity cost. Schlesinger doesn't avoid the technical, but she never lets it feel dry. Compound interest, asset allocation, emergency savings, all are embodied in stories. She speaks of clients who automated savings, and found themselves buying time, parenting, writing, traveling, with money they never missed. The automation wasn't just an instruction, it was the plot twist. As the reset winds down, she shifts from planning to living. She invites the reader into a family hearth, a couple deciding when to tap into equity, when to travel, when to simply rest. Their conversation, full of both joy and hesitation, illustrates that a reset isn't a checklist, it's a continuing dialogue with yourself and loved ones.